Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Astrology of Scholars. Today, we're diving deep into Scorpio rising, and if this is your rising sign, you're about to understand why you feel the need to hide your true self while simultaneously craving complete control. You know that feeling when someone tries to get close and you immediately put up walls because vulnerability feels like death? That's Scorpio rising. Let's explore this intense, transformative energy. So, Scorpio rising. Your approach to life is, I must hide, I must appear strong. When Scorpio is rising at the moment of birth, this person's approach to life is oriented toward being powerful, hiding themselves, controlling someone else or a situation, even themselves, and finding the truth that lies beneath what is visible. The person with Scorpio rising must experience themes of power and powerlessness in their relationship with life, and as a result, transform their approach to the outer world. This shows that life, the people in life, and events will challenge their personality, they will experience crises, and as a result, they will change the way they relate to life. If we think of the rising sign as the vehicle we'll use to pass through life, we can understand that Scorpio rising will want to hide themselves in a safe armored vehicle, even in a tank, to avoid doing these things. Here's what this looks like. Imagine you're starting a new relationship. The other person is open, vulnerable, sharing their feelings freely. Most people would gradually open up too. But you're taking notes. You're learning everything about them while revealing nothing real about yourself. You're staying in control. You might share surface things, but your real feelings, your real fears, your real desires, those stay locked in the tank. That's Scorpio rising protecting itself. Scorpio rising occupied with the truth behind what is visible. Absolutely does not want to show or even see what is behind themselves when in the ascendant. They are not in an open relationship with life and people. It's all or nothing. Black or white, good or bad, that's how they approach things. Your most important experience in life is to change the way you use power. It is mandatory that you give up the power to make people dependent on you, to tell them what to do, to make things happen secretly. In other words, moving underground while displaying a different face, thus controlling and changing life and others. The real power is to confront your own darkness and see the aspects you try to hide as bad, to eliminate them or master them. Before doing this, you can split yourself into two. You're very good and outsiders are bad. You look at life almost as if searching for evil. This causes you to attract some negativity into your life. Let me give you a powerful example. You meet someone new, a potential friend, a romantic interest, a business partner. Within minutes, you're already looking for their dark side. What are they hiding? What's their real motive? Why are they really being nice to you? Most people take others at face value, at least initially. But you're convinced everyone has a hidden agenda because you have a hidden agenda. So you create relationships based on suspicion, manipulation, and control. And guess what? You attract people who are hiding something, who do have dark motives. You manifested exactly what you were looking for. Eventually, you learn to accept that we are all made up of a mixture of good and bad. For example, a Scorpio who thinks they can't harm anyone and always tries to be positive might one day be attacked and realize they're angry enough to kill their attacker and be very shocked when confronting this wild side. After this confrontation, they see that they too can be very destructive. Thus, they become friends with death and evil, learn to master them. Only after that do they begin to honor life, to heal, to purify. They help those who have been abused. They mobilize their power for humanity. Here's what healthy Scorpio rising looks like. Think of a therapist who works with trauma survivors. They've done their own deep work. They've faced their own darkness, maybe addiction, maybe rage, maybe destructive patterns. They've transformed it. Now they can sit with someone else's darkness without flinching. They can see the ugly truth and not run away. They can help others transform because they've done it themselves. That's Scorpio rising using power correctly. Because Scorpio represents a merged existence, a person born with Scorpio rising may have difficulty understanding that they are a separate being. This is a sign that they may see those in front of them as an extension of themselves, that they may try to change them according to themselves. Let me show you what this looks like. You're in a relationship with someone. You love them, but you see their potential. You see who they could be if they just did what you think is right. So you start trying to change them. Not overtly, that's too obvious. No, you're subtle. You manipulate situations. You control information. You create scenarios where they choose to do what you wanted all along. You think you're helping. You think you know better, but really, you're trying to remake them in your image because you can't accept that they're a separate person with their own path. Additionally, you can mobilize to purify and reform things that others might call taboo, dirty, or bad. This is actually one of your gifts. You're not afraid of the dark places everyone else avoids. Your positive traits are life-renewing, powerful, self-controlled, profound. You accelerate transformation. You seek the most naked truth. You have this intense, magnetic personal style. But your negative traits? You can be jealous, envious, vengeful, controlling, manipulative, intrusive, obsessive, secretive, dark. You use power to dominate rather than to heal. Now, let me give you 3 practical tips if you're Scorpio rising. Tip number 1, practice vulnerability in safe spaces. I know this is terrifying. Control feels like survival for you, but real intimacy requires dropping the armor sometimes. Start small. Tell one trusted person one real fear. Share one genuine emotion without trying to control how they react. It won't kill you. I promise. In fact, it might be the most powerful thing you ever do. Tip number 2, do your shadow work before you try to fix anyone else. You're drawn to transformation and healing. That's beautiful. But you cannot guide others through their darkness until you've navigated your own. Journal your dark thoughts. Work with a therapist. Face your capacity for destruction, for manipulation, for cruelty. When you've integrated your own shadow, you can help others with theirs, not before. Tip number 3, choose transparency over manipulation. This week, catch yourself when you're about to manipulate a situation or person. Instead, try direct honesty. I feel scared right now. I want this outcome. I'm trying to control this situation. Yes, it feels weak. Yes, it feels dangerous. But manipulation always backfires eventually. Real power comes from authentic truth, not from underground control. Your lesson, Scorpio rising, is to use power to heal instead of to control, to be vulnerable without losing yourself, to see the darkness in everyone, including yourself, and love anyway, to transform through truth, not through manipulation. So, if you're Scorpio rising, I want to hear from you. What's been your biggest transformation? Have you learned to be vulnerable? How do you use your power now? Share your journey in the comments below. This is a safe space. And if this hit deep, please hit that like button and subscribe. We're exploring all the rising signs individually now, so don't miss the rest. Turn on notifications. Thank you for trusting me with your time and attention. I'll see you in the next one.